to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Do I look like the general public to you?
Wait! We're not the general public.
Yeah.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Bruh.
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say is...
Well, here's our invitation letter. Take one look at us. Do we seem like a couple of regular people?
Well, now that we're here, where's Thoma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Oh, Bobby.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Wait, what?
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form?
Wait, what? No. He's playing a prank on us, right?
Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
No.
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
What do you mean? I know a dog when I see one, buddy. Stop playing pranks.
All right. I've had my fun.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier. Though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Ms. Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you?
Yeah.
Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck...
Oh, Kazuo's friend.
So you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
I love this dog.
Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma.
Oh, so she wants eternal rule.
The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being... oh, I don't know... selfish?
Yeah, I think that's the point. Oh god. That hurt.
Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
What even was that? That actually kind of hurt to look at. Oh my. I could hear the sounds of people's aspirations.
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor.
Uh-huh.
That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
Makes sense.
So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be... snazzier.
Well, kind of hard to top the Jade Chamber. The Jade Chamber is better than Dawn Winery. I'm sorry. You literally cannot beat a floating house.
At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
Ah, we're denying it again. Why is this the only time we say, no, no side quests?
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
I'm gonna leave. Ether's being stubborn. I mean, understandably, but like, geez.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf. They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
Okay.
Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
Well, do as you wish.
Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Yeah.
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago.
30?
But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did?
No. I think he's just getting a little too old.
Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the druid decided to fried rice salted fish. I messed up the burnt line a little, so I had to pretend it was last night holding out. He told me that his best friend Bongo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding a really tight line today. The spring broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch how it flew away. Seems like your average diary of daily village life.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more! So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years! Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh?
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
That make you feel sadness too?
No, not especially.
What? Well, we've got a foolproof way of forgetting about somebody's ex.
Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use of virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul.
Losing a vision is no trifling matter.
Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision.
You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
That's like 1 letter away from demon. No wonder he got possessed.
He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself.
Ooh. Another person we get to look for.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
No, I think he's just acting weird because most of his life is literally just dedicated to becoming a great sword master.
It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes.
Wait, what?
All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew.
Others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Yeah. What?
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
You got outran by a short person.
I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
Aha.
Anzai. Yes, that's me. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Basically, that's why him losing his vision is practically the worst thing that could ever happen in his life.
So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back.
Man,
Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself.
I see. Maybe Anzai is the key to helping him out or something. I don't know.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
Yeah, he's not possessed.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai.
Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities.
Ooh.
All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting.
Pretty.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junya is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also,
Oh.
is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
Oh god. Oh no, not again. She looks pretty though.
I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right?
No.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
Yeah.
Then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it.
Huh.
The path of the sword masters filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions.
Yeah, because if you want to be the best in the world, you're gonna have to step on some people just to get up there.
Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now.
Dude, a vision is like a blessing and a curse. Then again, in most regions, you probably wouldn't have to worry about losing your vision, but like, just in case it happens, it seems like you'd be better off just not having one at all.
Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come from?
Oh boy.
You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer.
Oh.
Since you've been stripped of your ambitions too.
Damn. Oh, man.
But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue.
Aww.
I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Aw, that's really cute.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far.
Good. Maybe this one is actually gonna have a decent ending.
This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
Oh, God.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
What do you mean by that? Eat coming!
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Is she not there?
Huh?
Oh, what's up, dude? Here she is. There she is. The woman herself.
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Hello, Ayaka.
Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Thoma also.
Oh, wait a second. But isn't Thoma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
That's not what my face says.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Thoma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Friend request accepted. Thanks.
Thank you both kindly. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
I do hope that they can be free from their torment.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
I'll help you. That did not take much convincing to Ether. Yeah.
You will? Really?
But you must keep the promise you made me.
Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd place my trust in the right person after all. Given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Teahouse? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
We get to go to see the doggo.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access.
Nice. Did they also give you the dog too?
Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders. Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Sax this.
For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others.
That's true.
Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
Yeah, that's true.
In addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Ooh, nice. I bet we'll be able to meet them.
Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree.
What kind of god is the Raiden Shogun then?
She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply.
What was it?
It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity. acting accordingly without feeling.
What if she's collecting visions so she can, like, feel something? Have you raised a formal objection to the Vision Hunt decree yet?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped.
Damn.
They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything.
True. Well, I'm sure that they probably don't even want to oppose the Shogun anyway.
Ooh, Paimon has a question though.
Oh boy.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
Oh, well.
What?
Yeah. So y'all have just been chilling around here and saying, I hate the Vision Hunt decree, but I don't have a way to fight it.
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity.
Yeah.
Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
Yeah, they're literally challenging a god.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so.
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Yeah, it must have been where Venti went. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Oh shit.
Darn! So they found out about it?
We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
Yeah, it's only right that he should be saved too. We gotta go bust him out.
But given mine and Thoma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt.
So, you're giving the job to me, huh?
By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone.
Sure.
When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Oh boy, this is someone I'm gonna enjoy meeting.